Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Practicing My Way Back. It is Friday, which means I'm 2 days off my mark again. Apologize for that. I'm really going to do my best to get back on track next week. I was waylaid this week by some pretty fun, good reasons, which I'll get to in a little bit. But the first and foremost thing that I want to address is the big giant elephant in the room, which I said I would address last week. And then because of didn't get to. So, if you remember, last week I was talking about just going back and doing my church gigs again. And some of the experience that I was, some of the frustration that I was experiencing with my playing, owing to having brought it back to a point where I was kind of tasting the next step and really wanting to get there and having to pace myself. And that kind of led to the big question, which was, what if I never play like I used to again? And the answer to that question is irrelevant to me. And let me explain what I mean by that. The question, I guess it's an important question. What if I never... I mean, you have to ask yourself that. I would be deranged if I didn't actually consider what if. But I honestly think that the answer to that is irrelevant. I don't want to know. Like if a doctor came up to me and said, I have this research, this piece of paper from all your testing, and there is no way ever that you can ever... I wouldn't want him to tell me. I wouldn't. It's like someone telling you the day that you're going to die. You don't really want to know that, because it changes your behavior. This is getting a little bit maudlin and off track, but let's stick with it. The reason that I don't want to know the answer to the question whether I will ever be able to play like I used to, is that if I don't know that answer to that question, I'm never going to stop trying, which is where all the learning is, right? Because if I never stop trying, even if the fates or whatever have decreed that I will never play that, if I don't know, I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to keep trying things, and there's so much more learning. There's so much more learning and so much more experience to have that I don't know about, that are kind of tied to this process. And this is what I mean. This is focusing on the process, not the product. The product being playing at a certain skill level. The process of getting there, there's so much stuff that I have yet to find out. Even after 40 years of playing piano, I feel like, this whole experience has kind of made me more aware that there's so much more to learn in just doing that and just pursuing it. So on the flip side, if I knew that there was no way ever that I would play like that again, it would be hard. I would have to force myself to practice with the same sort of attitude that I have currently. And maybe that makes me a flawed person. I don't know. It is what it is. I prefer to just not know the answer to that question. Not even ask the question, say, I wonder what, and ask the question so you can tell yourself that the answer is irrelevant. I think that's the important process for me right now. Ask yourself the question so you can say, I don't care about the answer, I care about my process. Whether I get there, whether I can play the way I used to, I don't care. I can play. So, that's that big elephant in the room. I hope it makes sense. It makes sense to me. It feels right to me more than anything else. The reason it is now Friday and I'm doing this video on not Wednesday is that I went back to school on Wednesday. I kind of had to surprise a young student. She was a little whammy-whammy, she was having a hard time not having the regular experience of the lessons and was started losing some motivation. So I had a chat with her a few weeks ago and then decided just kind of on the fly to come in with this Charlie Brown, I don't remember, coming in with this little Charlie Brown arrangement I made for her, which I think you all remember if you've seen the Charlie Brown Christmas. younger sister, right? Lovely little tune. Anyway, I had such a great time. It was a real reconnection with the school for me, with the people there. I got pulled into another lesson, and before I know it, a couple hours had gone by, and I'm like, man, I so miss doing this. I miss having the contact with the students because I learned so much from them. I learned so much about the art of playing piano, the writing music, and experiencing music. So I'm really looking forward to getting back. And I will be back for the spring semester starting in January of 2018. So I'm super pumped about that. I cannot wait to see everyone and impart my pearls of wisdom to you in person. So there it is. Anyway, hope you all have a good week. Happy December, and I'll see you next time. So in the meantime, work hard, have fun. See ya.